Let's try this again because I just filmed the whole thing without the microphone on. Hey guys, it's Carolyn. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a little while since I've done a sit down video with you guys, so I thought today would be the day. Today we are going to be talking about the different entrances around Yellowstone National Park and the things you can do around the park, because there's this huge chunk of Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana that's Yellowstone, but then there's so many things to do around it that I feel like a lot of people miss out on because they just don't know that they're there. If you guys are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe if you want to join this little outdoorsy, hiking, Yellowstone-esque family. You can even hit the post notification button if you already are subscribed. That way I think you get like an email or something along those lines whenever I upload. If I could get my consistency down at some point, that'd be really cool. And then if you want to, feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's at casuallycarolyn. You can DM me if you have any questions about anything I mentioned in this video or other videos, or you can even leave a comment below and I'll get back to you there. So without further ado, here's the video. So there are 5 entrances to Yellowstone National Park. You have the north, south, east, west, and northeast entrances. I'm going to start off with the west entrance because that one is the one I visit the most often. So pretty much in the west entrance, it takes you out to West Yellowstone, Montana. And West Yellowstone, Montana is this one little street with main streets. You've got a couple of like restaurants and shops and things like that, like a little corner store. And then it has a couple of different roads off the side that are filled with hotels. So there's not a ton of stuff to do, but there is one super gem that you need to do if you go to West Yellowstone, and that is the Grizzly Bear and Wolf Discovery Center. It's a nonprofit that takes grizzly bears and wolves that can't survive in the wild on their own, whether it's because they're bears that have been getting into people's garbage and they can't necessarily like replace them and keep them out of the garbage, or they're wolves that were used in movie films and they were too old and they can't use them anymore. Things of that sort. And it's a nonprofit organization. It's $13 a person to go, and I believe it's open 7 days a week because they have to feed them 7 days a week, so why wouldn't they be open? They also have like a cool birds of prey exhibit and stuff like that. And basically what they do is they have different kinds of like activities for the animals to do each day. So they'll like hide fruit in places or add treats somewhere or put different smells around. So then every day like the wolves and the bears have different activities to do and you can watch them do all of it. It's so cool. It's totally worth going. The one time I went going, it was snowing, it was freezing cold, and most of it is outdoors. Still worth it. For the south entrance, that's going to take you to Grand Teton National Park. And then you can drive through Grand Teton National Park and end up in Jackson, Wyoming. Now, if you guys have seen my videos and stuff, you know I also love Grand Teton. It's beautiful. It's, you know, the front cover of Kanye West's new album, Ye. So there's that. You can take that picture and put it on Instagram if you want. But then there's also so many good hikes to do around Jenny Lake. You can do the Middle Teton hike, or you can hike to Amphitheater Lake. Any of these places, they're super great hikes and they're not necessarily the most challenging. And then if you drive through the Tetons, like I said, it takes you to Jackson, Wyoming. Jackson, Wyoming has a just near and dear place in my heart. I love it so much. It's awesome. It's just such a quaint little place. And like, there's definitely like the high class part of Jackson Hole, but there's also like the really down to earth part of Jackson Hole. And you get a good mix of that when you visit. If you do go to Jackson, I highly recommend going to Pearl Street Bagels. It is so good. There are 2 of them. There's one near Teton Village and one on Pearl Street, and they're delicious. Every single time I go, I get like the lox bagel. Oh, it's so good. I literally like consider driving there on the weekend to go and get a bagel from this place. That's how good it is. So next we have the east entrance, and that takes you out to Cody, Wyoming. And you've probably heard of Cody, Wyoming before because I'm pretty sure it's like the rodeo capital of the world. They have a nightly rodeo every night, which you should go to if you go. They're also famous for like the Buffalo Bill Scenic Byway, and they also have the Buffalo Bill Center of the West. Buffalo Bill is like an old Western guy. This is what he looked like. From the exit of Yellowstone National Park to Cody, Wyoming is just beautiful. The Buffalo Bill Scenic Byway is gorgeous. Like, it's crystal clear blue waters. There's all kinds of places you can like pull off. You drive through some super cool tunnels. Last time I drove through there, we like had to stop our car for a while because there was an avalanche up ahead. It's just like, I don't know, it's awesome. It's a really good mixture of like the natural world and like the scenic touristy world. And then also when you get to Cody, what I like to do when we go there is to thrift shop because I can always find really awesome stuff. If you're a fan of cowboy boots, I can always find cheap cowboy boots that are in like really good condition. They just have a lot of like really unique thrift stores, and then some really good restaurants, a super cute downtown area. So Cody, Wyoming is a good place to be. When you leave out of the northeast entrance, that is going to take you to the Beartooth Highway. If you've never seen the Beartooth Highway before, I think it's coined the most beautiful highway in America, and it is. It rivals the Blue Ridge Highway. Like, it's gorgeous. So if you haven't seen it, here are some pictures for you. So basically, you can go on the Beartooth Highway from that exit. You can also go to Cooke City, Montana. Cooke City, Montana is a super small town. Like I said, Cody was a small town and West Yellowstone was a small town. Cooke City is a very small town. I think the population is about 600 people. And if you go to Cooke City, you need to get macaroni and cheese. They have the best macaroni and cheese ever. That's like the only thing I've ever done in Cooke City is get mac and cheese, or try to. I went 4 times last year 3 years ago when I worked at Yellowstone National Park, and I never got mac and cheese because it was sold out every time. Until finally someone drove it from Cooke City to the Canyon Village, Yellowstone, so I could have some mac and cheese. And it was so good. So basically, if you go and you're looking for the mac and cheese, there are like 8 buildings downtown. And it's gonna be, when you're driving in, off to your right, and it's in a little white shed, and they advertise mac and cheese. And you gotta go in the morning to get the mac and cheese because it sells out. But oh my goodness gracious, is it so good. Beartooth Highway is pretty cool too, so there's that. And last but not least, there is the north entrance. This is the entrance when you pass Mammoth Hot Springs. It'll bring you out into Gardner, Montana. And Gardner, Montana is so cool. It's a classic place. I worked in Mammoth Hot Springs for a little bit, and we would go to Gardner, Montana on the weekends to like hang out. I couldn't drink, but like other people would drink. There's like the 2-Bit Saloon, the Iron Horse, so many just like fun little bars that you can go to. There's also one called, I want to say like the Railroad or something along those lines. They also have a little place in Gardner, Montana that is like a replica of an old western town. And then you can even drive through Gardner, Montana and up in Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman, Montana is crunchy. It's a really cool place. I've said that about everything, but it's like there's a lot of places to eat. There's a Walmart. Like I said, there's also a Walmart in Cody. If I didn't mention that, there's a Walmart in Cody. There's a Walmart in Bozeman, Montana, which like when you're living in Yellowstone and you like have friends that need 24 packs of beer and they don't want to buy it at the general store in Yellowstone, Bozeman's the place to be. Bozeman also has like cute little shops, tattoo parlors. I got a tattoo in Bozeman the first time I went. It was fun. You can also make it to Chico Hot Springs. And Chico Hot Springs is just like it sounds, a hot spring, but it's more commercialized. They like feed it into a pool so you can like soak in this tub for a really long time. I believe it is $8.50 for adults to go for like a day pass, and then you can also stay there. But if you decide to stay at Chico Hot Springs, make sure you book it beforehand, because I've been looking to stay there for a couple months, and every single weekend I'm like, let's go to Chico Hot Springs. It's booked. So check online for that one. So that is it for all of the places that I personally recommend that are, you know, within 5 miles to 2 hours outside of the Yellowstone National Park gates. Things like Jackson Hole are closer to 2 hours away. Jackson Hole, Bozeman, Cody, Wyoming. But if you're looking for something nice and close, you can always do Gardner, Montana, and West Yellowstone, or Teton, Cooke City, things like that. And really the experience of just getting to those places is so cool. Sometimes there's road work going on. You pull your car off the side of the road and you just enjoy the beauty of life for a little bit there. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped out if you're trying to figure out what to do. I know a lot of my friends have messaged me and been like, okay, I want to go to Yellowstone, but I don't want to just do Yellowstone. What else can I do? And so instead of texting them lists now, I could be like, hey, watch this YouTube video. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more Yellowstone related videos or any outdoorsy related videos, good hikes to do around the area that aren't in Yellowstone, or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment below, or like I said, you guys can message me on Instagram at casuallycarolyn, all that jazz. But I will see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!